10 ground cover low maintenance plant. agrowplants.org. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, just do a like and share it. It's 10 with really low maintenance. It's a good list that you can choose and grow without special requirement. Wandering Dew plant. So this plant actually refers for three kind of species of Transcantia. One it's Flumensis, the other one it's Pallida, and the third one is the Brin. So also known all of this as spiderwort. It's plants that really low maintenance, can grow as perennial evergreen or an annual in colder climate. Hardiness zone will be 7 plus as perennial and 3 plus as an annual plant. It's used for the ornamental leaf mostly. The leaf color can be green, red, purple. Flowers also can be purple, pink or white. For the main reason that this plant grow very easy, it will be very aggressive. It might be invasive in some places, but usually in colder climate it's not invasive. It's also aggressive because it's grow always increase the amount of place, always need more and more. Better to consider to grow it in a container or something like this. It's really crazy growing. The size of the plant usually it's between 10 to 15 centimeter, so it's between 4 to 20 inches. In the right condition, it will be fast growing plant that require average amount of water, can grow also in small amount, and even it's a drought tolerant plant. If you give it a lot of water, it will also grow. You can also grow it on the water a little bit. For a short while, it will grow. For the sun, it can grow from full sun to full shade. It also can grow as a houseplant. It won't bloom, but it can grow. Except this, again, low maintenance plant without special requirements. Convolvulus. So this plant can grow in a variety. It's also known as bindwind. It's growing variety of climate. It can be as a ground cover, and even you can grow it as an edge plant. It's drought tolerant. It can grow as an annual in a hardness zone from 3 plus, and perennial from 9 plus. It's perennial evergreen or annual plant. The flowers can arrive in a lot of kind of colors. Can be blue, purple, white, pink, even more than one colors. It's important to know that you can grow it as an edge plant, but if you don't touch it and let it grow, it just will crawl over the ground. It's also well invasive and aggressive plants. Planting season it's from the spring to the autumn. The height it's usually 30 centimeter. It's mean 12 inch, and in the right condition it's a fast growing plant that requires small amount of water. Also will grow the best and will bloom the best in full sun. Possible to grow it in half shade. Except this, it doesn't require a lot. Be aware that if you grow it as an annual, it's even reseed itself mostly. You have some species that are less strong than the other, but usually bindwind, it's easy plant to grow with really low maintenance. Commelina communis. So this hibiscus, also known as Asiatic dayflower, it's perennial evergreen but mostly grow as an annual plant. It's grow in hardiness zone from 11 plus as perennial and 4 plus as an annual. Usually the maintenance is to try to get rid of this plant. It's also possible to grow it as a house plant. It's very strong. reseed itself, and it's hard, really hard to get rid of this. It's invasive and aggressive plant. The height of the plant usually it's around 30 centimeters, so it means 12 inches. Rarely can arrive to 1 meter, so it means 40 inches. In the right condition and in the bad condition, it will be fast growing plant that can grow with small amount of water to big amount of water. It doesn't really matter for the plant. You can also grow it in full sun or full shade. This is why you can also grow it as a houseplant. It's highly invasive, as I said, and be aware that if you put it, it's hard to get rid of this plant. There isn't really maintenance, even it's a drought tolerant and can grow with really small amount of water. Even in the desert, I saw it grow very well. It's not any problem with this plant. Cedum plant, also known as stone crop. So this plant is perennial evergreen, can grow, depends the species, can also grow as houseplant, and in the hardened zone from 2 plus. Again, depends the species, check the species before. The leaves colors can be green, gray, red, purple, and more than one color. The leaves are usually in wedge shape and are fleshy. Flowers color can be yellow, white, purple, red, or pink, and can be of course more than one color. It's really low maintenance. It requires small amount of water with good drainage, and it can grow in a fast growing plant or a slow growing plant, depends the species. Also, it requires small to average amount of water with good drainage. Again, from light condition will be full sun to full shade, but only some species and they might won't bloom. Except this, it's really low maintenance. You let it grow, the height of the plant will be from 5 to 40 centimeter, so it means 2 to 16 inch, but wider it will spread as long as given. It doesn't grow fast, it's usually grow slowly, but depends again the species. But when you grow it, be aware that it doesn't require much, and if it's established, the moment that it's established, it's grow well. Usually, for example, very good with low maintenance. Cedum, it's a Nusa, Baumerinium, and Palmary, Rubenticum, and can be also album. There is of course much more, you just check it out. There is so many species that you can actually grow with low maintenance of the Cedum. Sphagneticola trilobata. So this is also known as trailing dicey. Hardness zone of the growing it's 9 plus, and also can grow as perennial evergreen or as annual in colder climate. It's really easy to maintenance. It means that usually you don't need to do nothing, not even prune the flowers. It's just to put and forget, and this is important. The height of the plant usually it's between 10 to 30 centimeter, so it means 4 to 12 inches. In the right condition, it's a fast growing. It's usually if you have enough sun, better to grow it in full sun, possible in half shade, will bloom less. Even then low amount of sun, it's possible, but won't bloom at all. Except this water requirement can grow in small amount of water or big amount of water. It doesn't really matter for the plant, and it's also drought tolerant. Except this, it's really an easy plant without any requirement. Vinca, also known as periwinkle plant. It can grow as perennial evergreen or annual plant. It's a subshrub vine. It's usually crawling on the ground. It can be also with colored leaf. The leaves can be green or green with white. The flower color can be white, pink, blue, or purple. Except this, it's really easy to maintenance. It's invasive plant. It means that it will reseed itself. It's also a little bit aggressive, but not too much. There is much more in this list. Uh, the height of the plant usually it's between 10 to 80 centimeters. So it means like 4 to 32 inches. In the right condition and in bad condition, it will be fast growing plant that require average to big amount of water. Can grow in full sun to full shade. Will bloom a little bit less or actually less in full shade, and also to possible to grow it in house as a house plant. Except the maintenance it's usually to prune and to contain the growth, better to reduce the amount of dead parts, and it's grow well without a lot of maintenance. Evening Primrose. This also known as Orange Sorea. It's a great ground cover, doesn't require much, but not every species it's ground cover. Usually it's the Durmondi and the Speciosa. This is the ones that can grow. There is much more, and okay, so it can grow in variety of climate. Hardiness on as perennial can be from 5 to 11, annual in 2 to 5. It's perennial evergreen or deciduous, and also possible to grow it as a annual, as I said. The leaves are usually edible, but this doesn't matter. The colors can be pink, purple, white, the flower, sorry, red or yellow, very shiny yellow. It's a great ground cover. It's a great aggressive, invasive. It will reseed itself even as an annual. The size of the plant will be, the height will be 30 to 100 centimeters, so it means 1 until 3 feet. Wider will grow as long as it's given. It's a fast growing plant that it's also drought tolerant. It can grow in small amount of water to average amount of water, but needs a drainage. It's important. It can grow in full sun until full shade, but in full shade won't bloom, but will grow. It's really easy to maintenance. Usually you need to try to fight with it, not to control all over your garden, but this is a great plant as a ground cover with low maintenance. Chrysanthemum. So this subshrub succulent, it's also known as few flowers, although you can say a lot of flowers. It can grow as perennial evergreen or an annual. It's a ground cover with low maintenance, can grow in variety of climate, include the desert. Hardiness zone will be as perennial evergreen, hardiness zone from 10 plus, as annual plant from 5 to 10. The leaves colors usually is green with and can be with red tip. Flower color can be red, white, yellow, orange, purple, pink, or more than one color. There is great colors and variety, and it's spreading easily. It doesn't require a lot of water, small amount of water, can grow in full sun to half shade, will bloom better in full sun. It's a fast growing plant that the height of the plant will be 10 to 20 centimeters, so it means 4 to 8 inches. Usually pruning it's for design and controlling. It's not really will be so easy invasive. It's need a special requirement, but aggressive it will be without a lot of condition, and it's low maintenance. And the carpet, when you see it blooming, it's just crazy. It's so beautiful. It's like you get a colored carpet with so many flowers, and the leaves are also cute. Are a little bit chubby, and it's really easy to maintenance without special requirement. Phlox paniculata or subulata. So this perennial evergreen, it's growing hardiness zone from 3 to 9. very strong and arrive in different color. It can be pink, purple, orange, red, white, or mixed colors. If you let it grow, it can create amazing ground cover carpets of flowers. It's also an invasive plant, and the size of the plant can be from 40 centimeters to 120. So it's usually 1 feet to 4 feet the height. It's a fast growing plant that requires average to big amount of water. Full sun will grow and bloom the best. Also, it's possible to grow it in half shade. Usually maintenance, it's just to put a little fertilizer. It will grow very good. There isn't special requirement here, and it just let it grow and make it bloom. It's beautiful. Ajuga reptans, also known as bugleweed, and the name weed, you can understand that it's also invasive plant. It's not very aggressive. I saw much more aggressive plant, but it's all grow very strongly. It doesn't require much, and this is the nice part, that the leaves arrive in different color like blue, purple, black, red, pink, or green. Can be also more than one color. Hardiness zone will be from 3 to 9. Flowers are, this is not the significant part, but they are nice, purple or blue. It's the interesting season for this plant. It's all the year, so this is something good. It's sensitive and require maintenance in hot climate, so be aware of this. It's, of course, it's invasive, and the height of the plant will be from 4 to 10 inches. It means 10 to 25 centimeters. This is the leaves. It's a fast growing plant that require average amount of water. Can grow in full sun to full shade with light. Might won't bloom, but it doesn't really matter. You grow it for the leaves, and it also can grow as a house plant. Again, this plant doesn't require much, easy to maintenance, and its beautiful leaves makes the garden much prettier. That's all from growplants.org. Don't forget to subscribe, visit our website, and of course, if you have any question, just ask. You have here links about more videos, some lists, subscribe, and of course purchase a plant, and this is donation for our channel. I hope you enjoy, and come visit us again.